We're going to get started immediately like good students.
Exactly.
It's not the weekend before. It's
I say crossing my fingers and toes.
So for those of you who were in here for the conversation 30 seconds ago, this lab is due on the 16th. That's after fall break. Keep in mind that means this lab is going to be due on the 16th. The lab I'm going to assign on Wednesday will be due on the 16th. Your midterm is going to be on the 16th, and I will have assigned a project. So I highly, highly recommend you get as much work as you can get done this weekend, because I'm sure no one's going to do any work on that Monday and Tuesday. I know I wouldn't. And by I wouldn't, I mean I'm definitely not. So, okay. Time. All right, so this project, or this lab, hopefully you saw this coming. You're going to implement a selection sort and insertion sort for your array class. Keep in mind, I'm not appending the entire array class right here. I'm expecting you to simply add these functions to your old array class and take it from there. So you still need everything from your previous array class in order to pass this lab, but you need to also add these functions: bubble sort, selection sort, insertion sort. So bubble sort, hopefully you've already written that. Selection sort runs the selection sort algorithm as I have dictated, as well as insertion sort for running the insertion sort. And then I want to have a sort function that runs the sorting routine. It should have an E in it. You believe is the best. Guys, let me help you out here. This sort function should call one of the other three functions. Don't copy and paste the code in, okay? Yes.
So sort isn't variable. It doesn't you can't influence it during the input or anything. You, the programmer, say, I want to run one of these three. And it just does that with the code provided. Okay.
You got it. All right, part two, actually the other part is go and get your singly linked list class. I chose singly for a reason. You don't need to do doubly. There was no need to make that more complicated than it already is.
That'd be
Yeah.
doable, but
I think once you understand what doubly linked is, there's no need to add extra pointers at this moment, especially since we're going to get really into it once we start
any
defining.
advantage to using the double linked list?
Yes, whenever you need to go backwards or forwards, and it depends. You got me to say. It depends on what it is you're trying to do. We just went through a couple examples in operating systems about managing processes where having a doubly linked list does help, because a lot of times you'll be able to pick the exact node in the list without having to iterate through it, and you want to be able to jump back and forward in order to update all the links accordingly. So there are times when doubly is definitely more advantageous. But the single link is a lot easier to implement, in my opinion. And right now, I don't see a need in doing more examples of doubly. By the way, most libraries implement a doubly linked list, so just use it, and hopefully you all understand right now how that works. But there's no big O difference in reality, except for in certain situations. All right, so sort the list. You may use any sorting algorithm you wish that we have covered. So that's bubble, selection, or insertion. Write some test cases. All right, great. Write those test cases. Part two, performance. Okay. This is important. Yep, because I do want y'all to go back and generate those performance graphs for the different bubble sort, selection sort, and insertion, and the sort you chose for the singly linked list. Go ahead and get...
He's gonna get a jar.
I really need to bring you a jar. I'll just label it Whitney's Tears.
I am not Whitney.
You're not Whitney? You are, wow, Holland's Tears. I'm getting all my students mixed up. I'm sorry, Whitney.
Foolish.
Because that was, and I'm apologizing to the Whitney online, not the Whitney that's not here. What if I called you not Whitney? Would that help any? No, it wouldn't, would it? No.
You're
And plus
reverse.
my last name is Whitley.
Whitney.
You're reverse Whitney.
Now, is there anything else I can do to make this hole bigger?
I don't know.
Don't know? All right. Any help?
You find out yourself.
We should do
We should have
depth
multiple
first.
sorts.
We should do depth first sorting while we're at it. Just cause.
I'm glad you remember that from last class.
I didn't remember because I'm doing that for the lab.
Oh, okay.
On Wednesday. Oh boy.
I mean, depth first and breadth first. It's a lot of fun. You have a grid. Hopefully, you can see how in other situations, like you have a bunch of nodes or a bunch of things, like a game, different objects. You want to
Yeah.
search them all. You have a map. You're trying to find the shortest path. I mean, depth first and breadth first they're coming back.
It's a pain even.
This is not the last time you've seen them.
It's a pain even the second time around. I'm still having problems with that one.
Just memorize the algorithm.
Right.
All right, so Holland, thank you.
Mhm.
We'll have to get the performance graph. Let's see, auto graders for grading part 1, I have to assess manually part 2. So just because the auto grader gives you 100, I don't have an auto grader that automatically inspects your graphs for correctness, because there's definitely many different graphs that are acceptable. Don't forget to run Valgrind. Don't use the STL, except for cout, of course. It's due a week and a couple of days from today. Any questions? All right. So, here we go. There are 3 functions you have to implement, 3 additional ones, because we've already done bubble sort. So you need to do selection sort, insertion sort, and then a sorting routine for the linked list. Which one do you want to do in class?
Sort.
I have to admit, I've never had anyone tell me that. Well played.
Because I mean, other than that, I would just be like, always call this function instead of like having it more randomized, I guess.
Oh, no. No, sort is you call one of the above functions, period.
I know, but don't you like need to determine which one is better, or you
Yeah.
just like?
So you want me to
It's
give
the
you,
one
that
you
was
believe
well
is
played,
worse.
give you the
Loopholes.
answer. Okay. Selection sort, insertion sort, or sorting routine or one of those 2 routines for the singly linked list.
Oh, for the singly linked list.
I love asking this question. It's one of my favorite
Real quick,
questions.
separate question. The singly linked list one can be any of the ones above. Yes, you said that.
Yes, you can do bubble sort, selection, or insertion sort.
Cool. Then I'm not gonna speak on behalf of everyone, but I know which one I choose.
Selection.
For
Let's say selection for an array.
an array, there.
Probably.
It has been chosen.
It has been decided.